Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. I'll make this quick because I know you guys want to watch the footage, but grab your piece of the Mayweather versus McGregor action by clicking the Bovada link in our description box below. And if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so.
Friends as employees, donates millions of dollars to take kids to Akron and college.
For exactly what you said. Because what you just asked was what annoying thing about it. Just because you're talking about him as a basketball player doesn't take away from all the great things he does. He's all the things you said. What do you want us to do? What does everybody want us to do? He plays basketball for him on center stage in front of millions. He's a 3-time champion, but he's lost in the finals 5 times. And so for me, I have no problem saying, you lost. But damn, you're a great player, and a great person, and a great father, and a great husband, and a great role model. To me, one has nothing to do with the other. And when somebody, just think about it. Think about Stephen A's life. Stephen A's criminal. Stephen A's this, that, or the third. And I go to you and I go like this. I'm a really good brother. I'm a really good uncle. You're like, what the hell does that have to do with what I'm talking about?
How much does he have to do?
No. What I'm saying, my point to you is, no one said he had to do anything. We're saying, wait a minute, you play on center stage. If you're critical of me, you ain't critical about me when I'm with my sisters or my family. You're saying on the air, you say this. So that's what you're addressing. So why don't you get to address it about me or anybody else without us being able to say, well, we're really great child, and we're a really great father, and we're a really great brother, and we're really great at this and that. When that's not what you were talking about. LeBron James being critiqued for his basketball skills and his basketball prowess in no way takes away or compromises what he is as a human being. We all know he's charitable. He's an incredible role model. He's one of the best, probably the greatest iconic sports figure we have ever seen, considering what he has to deal with and what he has to go up against. And the fact that he puts kids through college and he's so charitable and so philanthropic. And on top of it all, he's never been in trouble with the law. And all of this other stuff. How many times do people want us to say that about him just because we bring up stuff like this? Man, he lost 5 NBA finals. That's against the Dallas Mavericks in 2011. He scored 8 points in an NBA finals game. So because we bring that up, we have to sit up there and explain that, oh, he's such a great guy? No. You play basketball in public. You don't play it in private. You play it in front of millions. We can talk about you as a basketball player.
He's only been a favorite in Miami. He's never been a favorite.
Well, that's basketball. And all I'm saying to you is that that's fair. That's fair because whether it's good or bad, as long as it's based on basketball, my only point is nothing takes away from the human being and the role model and the man that he has proven to be. I can sit up there and have complaints about Jordan. I have argued with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan called and cussed me out a couple of times because he didn't like some of my takes. He didn't talk about me as a man. He was saying your take was BS. I disagree with it. Isaiah Thomas and I go back decades. Isaiah has MF'd me because of takes that I've had that he has adamantly disagreed with. But the MFing was about my take. It wasn't about my career. It wasn't about me as a man, a husband, or a father, or a son, or whatever. He's addressing the issue. And I think that a lot of times when it comes to a guy like LeBron, you have people who are extremists in terms of wanting to be so protective of him because they're like, he's under attack. He said, no, he's not under attack. Your game is. We're talking about your game. Who has said something about LeBron James to me? I want to meet these people. I've never seen them.
Stephen A., how long do people hold a grudge when they get mad? Because you're very opinionated. You're great at what you do, but you might say something around. Is it years? Is it months?
Let me be clear. You can say I'm opinionated. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my job. Last time I checked, I get paid to do this. You understand? Tell me when you heard about my opinions before I had the job to give my opinions. Who was that? You heard about me in the Philadelphia Inquirer because I was a columnist. That means I had the license to write my opinion. Prior to that, I was a beat writer. Prior to that, I was a beat writer on a collegiate level before the NBA level. And before that, I was a beat writer on a high school level. Nobody heard about my opinions. You saw me reporting. So my point is that anybody that has I can understand you having a problem with my opinion. But to have a problem with my opinion is different than having a problem with me having an opinion. Because if you got a problem with me having an opinion, then I got a problem with you holding this camera. And I got a problem with you asking me this question. And I got a problem with you asking me this question. Because you are doing what you do for a living. Y'all getting paid, why can't I?
But in boxing, people take it personal.
That's their goddamn problem. I don't give a damn.
So taking this step further, what do you say, and sometimes I have a conflict with you a lot.
With my opinion.
With your opinion.
Thank you.
Okay. With how you correlate your opinions about black athletes, and it seems like you always slant against the black athlete versus the Browns of the world, the kicker, versus, you know, the MMA fighter who beat his girlfriend damn near to death. Those topics don't get discussed on your station, but when Floyd Mayweather goes to jail for 90 days, when Colin Kaepernick doesn't get a job, it seems like...
Well, listen to what you just said. You just said my network. But you didn't say me. Because here's the deal.
No, but you work for the network and you had opinions.
Whoa.
Okay,
Who you work for?
LA Sentinel.
So what's the name of your colleague? Because I want to hold you accountable for what he does.
Oh, no.
All right. Wait a minute. Hold on, no.
But you said something.
Wait. I'm addressing your point.
Okay, thank you.
You are not responsible for everything everyone does. We have an article in the Undefeated right now on Floyd Mayweather and his past transgressions. I didn't write that article. That's their call. It's an author on the page. They wrote the article. They put it on there. You've got pundits and folks. They do what they do. I'm one person working for Walt
You're
Disney.
allowed to still see that.
That's not the point. The point is that everyone has a
Most
job.
influential, I should say.
But everyone has a job. Just because I'm influential doesn't mean I get to dictate what they do. I can't control what SportsCenter does. What can you? Who do you know can control what the entire network does? I can't be responsible for what ESPN does. I work for them. They cut a check for me. I cash it. I don't cut the checks. Now, if I was cutting the check, then I could dictate. But see, where I get pissed off at us as a people is how we generalize and we go that route. I'm not getting on you, bro.
You should.
But I'm not going to do that because I don't know you like that, so I'm not going to do that. What I'm saying is that we embrace stuff in a collective fashion when it's about the individual. What's in it? We either going to be individuals or we going to be together collectively. You know good and well, we could have BET, TV1. Roland Martin is different from somebody at BET and vice versa. You can't control what everyone else does. All you can do is what you do. Now, to get to my point about me, let me be very clear. I emphatically disagree with your point about me, with the black athlete. I've been in this business for 25 years. I challenge anybody on God's green earth to show me where at least 95% of the time I am not speaking up for the black athlete. I will bet my check. It is not factually correct. What the difference is that when I speak those other 5% of the times, like you said, I'm impactful. And so as a result, it resonates. Now let's take it a step further because I want to stay on your question. I got a problem with the black athlete. Sure I do. If you are a black athlete who was poor and starving and coming from an impoverished background, bust your ass to get to where you wanted to be and you blowing millions for weed, I got a problem with you. If you want to sit up there and fight your way to this point to get into this position and then blow it because of illegal behavior, I got a problem with you. Because unlike the white community that is 66% of the population in a system that they control, where they'll always get another opportunity, the opportunities for us are slim to none. So if you have that opportunity and you blow it on foolishness, I'm going to call you out. But do you know why I do it? Because this society that we live in tends to generalize. And so if they have one black athlete that conduct themselves that way, they're quick to sit up there and say, that's how they are. And what I do is I take that athlete and I isolate him. And I say, no, that ain't us. That's his ass. Look at him. Don't look at the rest of us. Don't look at the whole 95, 98% of the black athlete out there who's doing the right thing and handling his business and doing what he's supposed to do. I am going to make sure that I isolate you so you don't stain the rest of us.
Let me take it a step further.
That's looking out for our community. That ain't condemning it.
How about Colin Kaepernick and the national anthem? The second verse of the national anthem, your grandfather, my grandfather, your ancestors, my ancestors will be highly offended by what's in the second and third stanza of the national anthem. Sure. Why can't I, as a black man, I being Colin Kaepernick, for the sake of this conversation, sit on a knee for Chris Jackson, like Mullah Raoul? Why can't we hold to our guns and have a collective agreement like you, who has probably the biggest platform in terms of contemporary black America that loves sports? Why can't we fight with them or stay silent?
Well, you're implying, in my opinion,
yes,
that I disagree with Colin Kaepernick, and I did not. I supported him. I was on the air, Good Morning America, the next morning. I supported his move. Where I fought against Colin Kaepernick was when he announced to the world that he doesn't vote. That was my issue with him. That was my only issue with him. Because I believe when you bring up history, well, let's bring up history in a different context. How many ancestors died for the right to vote? How many of them fought and bled and
under the umbrella of the flag?
That's not the point.
Okay. That is a huge point.
No, I'm going to tell you why it's not the point. My point is he has the right to do what he wants to do. But if you are saying that the impetus for everything is change, and the number one instrument for change in our nation outside of money is voting, and you announce to the world that you don't vote, thereby giving youngsters on the come up the impression that voting is not important. That was my issue. My issue was never him kneeling for the national anthem. I never had a problem with him kneeling for the national anthem at all. I supported it. I stood up for it, and I still stand up for him. All I'm saying is if you're not going to vote, keep that damn piece of information to yourself, because you don't want to encourage people not to vote, because then when you don't vote, then you're going to find yourself whining about an administration that you didn't want in the office that was far worse than you thought it was going to be, when you could have made change by voting.
But then we say, I know you want to ask a question, but then we say, why vote when we have, and I'm going to say this because I represent a certain population, we have an asshole like Donald Trump in office who's doing a terrible job, in my opinion. Why vote? Why vote if we have that man in office and he shouldn't be with no experience?
Because I'll tell you why, and I'm going to end it like this. People were making complaints about Hillary Clinton, and they were saying, why vote for her? And I'm not finished here, I'm just getting started. They were saying, why vote for her? Now we're saying, oh my God, what have we done? Why? Because 2 million people less showed up to vote for her than voted for Barack Obama. As a result, 2 million black people less from our community voted.
But you know that's skewed though.
Wait a minute, I'm just telling you what they said.
Miami, you know, you understand.
I'm just telling you what happened.
The voting electoral vote, you know that's skewed. You know that.
But that's not the point, because even though she won the popular vote, still in all, the argument was, had those people showed up to vote, he probably would have lost. Now, here was the problem. You had folks saying, what difference does it make? Because Hillary was bad, and maybe we couldn't get Bernie, and as a result, what's the difference between Hillary and Donald? Rhetorically speaking, you feel that way now? You feel like there's no difference? The point that I'm trying to make to you is that we can't have it all. Now, we supported 95% of the black community, if not more, supported President Barack Obama. We wanted to sit up there and support him. We voted for him. We campaigned for him, whatever. We did every damn thing but listen to him. Because what did he ask us to do? Go and vote. So the point is, we want to sit up there and praise this man and talk about what he means to us, and then ignore them when it really, really counted, because as he said, you can't, we didn't have everything. During his DNC speech in Philadelphia, if I remembered the quote correctly, his exact words were, you can't desert somebody because they disagree with you, they don't agree with you on every issue. You gotta get in the arena with them, because America is not a spectator sport. It's not about yes he will, it's about yes we can.